My roommate hosted a party in my bedroom while I was asleep. So let me tell you about the most insane thing my roommate has ever done. For context, I live in a shared apartment with two other people. My best friend from college, Jess, and her cousin Tyler. Jess is great, super chill, responsible, and easy to live with. Tyler? Not so much. He's one of those people who just doesn't seem to understand boundaries or common courtesy. But what he did last weekend? It took things to a whole new level. It was a Friday night, and I'd had a long week at work. I was exhausted, so I told Jess and Tyler that I'd be skipping our usual Friday night hangout and going to bed early. My room is at the far end of the apartment, so it's usually pretty quiet even if people are hanging out in the living room. I thought nothing of it and went to bed around 9:30 p.m. Fast forward to around midnight. I wake up because I hear voices, loud voices, and music coming from inside my room. At first I thought I was dreaming or maybe still half asleep, but no, the noise was real. Confused and groggy, I sat up in bed and realized there were people in my room, strangers, sitting on my desk chair, leaning against my dresser, even standing by the window like it was some kind of VIP lounge. I was absolutely stunned. I mean, who just walks into someone's bedroom while they're sleeping? And then it hit me. The door to my room had been locked when I went to bed. Tyler must have unlocked it with the spare key we keep in the kitchen for emergencies. I sat there for a second trying to process what was happening before finally yelling, "What the hell is going on?" Everyone froze and turned to look at me like I was the one intruding on their space. One guy even had the audacity to say, "Oh man, sorry, we didn't know you were in here." At that point, Tyler came stumbling into the room holding a drink and laughing like this was all some big joke. "Oh hey, you're awake," he said, as if this wasn't completely insane. "I figured you wouldn't mind if we used your room for extra space since the living room was getting crowded." Mind? Are you kidding me? My blood was boiling at this point. I told him to get everyone out of my room immediately, but instead of apologizing or taking me seriously, Tyler rolled his eyes and said something like, "Chill out. It's just for one night." One night? There were strangers sitting on my bed while I was in it. How is that remotely okay? Jess must have heard me yelling because she came rushing in a few seconds later. She looked horrified when she saw what was happening and immediately started kicking people out of my room. Meanwhile, Tyler kept trying to downplay the whole thing, saying stuff like, "It's not a big deal and you're overreacting." Once everyone was finally out of my room, Jess apologized profusely and helped me lock my door again. Tyler? He just shrugged and went back to partying like nothing had happened. The next morning, I confronted him about it when he was sober. He acted like I was being dramatic and said he didn't understand why it was such a big deal since nothing got broken and no one touched your stuff. But that's not the point. It's about basic respect and boundaries. Who thinks it's okay to unlock someone's bedroom door and invite strangers in while they're asleep? Jess has been on my side through all of this and even offered to talk to Tyler again if he doesn't apologize properly. But honestly, at this point I'm seriously considering moving out because I don't think I can trust him anymore. So yeah, am I overreacting here? Or is Tyler completely out of line? Let me know what you think because this whole situation still feels unreal to me.